All right. So I have made it out to Fort McHenry National Monument and Historic Shrine. I have my Navu food. I'm gonna find me somewhere to sit and eat. Right here is a Coast Guard. I don't want to call it a base, annex, whatever you want to call it. It's a Coast Guard area. And for those of you who don't know about Fort McHenry, right off the shores of Fort McHenry is where Francis Scott Key penned the Star-Spangled Banner. Let's go over here to this little historic trail thing. And as you can see, there's Fort McHenry right there. It's right in this area right here. And a lot of these dots on the map are battle sites during this war. It would be nice to visit all of these sites. However, that would take a while, like a while. And apparently you can witness battles and reenact events. But yeah. And right there is Fort McHenry, the star-shaped base. There's a water taxi out there. If you can see far off in the distance, I'll probably have to zoom in, but that is the Francis Scott Key Bridge that went down, I think it was last year when that ship hit it. And right past that, if you can see off to the left, in the middle of there, closer to the left side, there is Fort Amistad, an old fort that was never used, and it serves now as a bird sanctuary. Look over here, you can see some of the cannons that are up there, and they have a small flag up there right now. But yeah, that's what we got working now. Here we have a light. I don't know what this light, I don't know what, it's not, I don't know how long this light has been here. I don't remember seeing this light here the last time I came out here. The last time I came out here was probably like a year and a half ago. But yeah, we are walking around the perimeter of Fort McHenry. And a little tidbit of information. I have to pull out my phone for this. You see where that boat is right there? That boat is probably directly over the Fort McHenry Tunnel. And I'll show you what I mean. You see that I-95 right there with those 4 lanes, 2 greens, 2 yellows? That is the Fort McHenry Tunnel right there. And that boat right there is probably right over it. All right, so you got some Sea-Doo guys out here. All right, so if you can see on the map, that's where the tunnel is. And I'm going to say it's right over here. As you see these guys going by on a Sea-Doo. That guy right there is pretty much crossing over the tunnels. So the tunnels are right around here. It comes from, let me see, over that way, where they come through over there. I don't know if you can see way over there in the distance, that structure over there. That's either a ship or the part of the top of the tunnel thing. But as the tunnel comes around here, you can see right here, over here where the grass and all that stuff is, the tunnels actually go under there. That's Locust Point, so they go under there and they come up on that other side over there. All right. People out here with their blankets, chilling, picnicking. I love it, I love it, I love it. So I'm gonna sit down, switch cameras, charge this one up because it's dying. Not dying, but the dock needs some charging, and then I will switch to my Pocket 3 and we'll get into trying this food from Unavu. All right, so again, we are out at Fort McHenry. Let me get up right quick and point you to out here, as I said before. Are you losing me? No, you're not losing me. But let me turn it this way right quick, just in case I meet that threshold. So right out here is the Fort McHenry Tunnel. And yeah, that's what we got going on over there. I'm gonna move back in the shade a little bit so that all of this stuff is not in direct sunlight. There we have that. All right, so check it out. We got our juice, which is kind of probably, it's not as cold as it was. I'll put this in the bag for now. And I will pull my food. Ooh, almost dropped it. I hope. And I've been failed. There's no fork or anything in this damn bag. Wow. The more important thing is, I don't want to be pestered by these damn flies. And there are a lot of flies out here. So we are going to pick up, go get a fork from the truck, and eat at a bench that is closer to my truck, because I need a fork. I'm not about to eat with my fingers. I am not about to eat with my fingers. My knee is hurting, but I have to get to the fork. Yep. So of course they have to put stay off the Seawall signs up here, because you know how people are. And as I look out here on this, you know, back in the day, I know ships were big, huge, couldn't sneak by. But I do wonder if they had those little boarding ships and they snuck around this side to get into Fort McHenry. So we'll keep walking. Damn, I'm mad I don't have a fork in this bag. You know what? I will turn y'all around so that y'all can enjoy the scenery of what I'm looking at. Because there's no need in you looking at me, because I'm not doing anything special. All right, so I'm glad I did come up this way, because what I want to show you right here is under a lot of these trees, they have these little markers. This tree was dedicated to Lieutenant Samuel Rodman, commanded Barney's Marine Artillery in the Water Battery of Fort McHenry during its bombardment September 13th and 14th, 1814. All right, so there's one right here, one right there. So under all of these trees, there is a little marker, history and stuff out here. The little statue, I don't know what exactly, well, the thing is over here that tells you about the statue. So once we get over there to that, I will, why did they say will? I will check that out. Here's another angle as we get past this tree of Fort McHenry. As you can see, statue. Music and arts, I think. Well, since they're leaving, let's go read the thing. Tree. That's what that is. Defenders Day 1928. In 1916, the Fine Arts Commission sponsored a national competition for statue to honor Francis Scott Key and the defenders who protected Baltimore during the War of 1812. It chose Orpheus. Okay. That's what that's for. Fine arts and stuff. And if you want me to go inside there one day, just let me know. I think my national park passport gets me in there for free, or even as a veteran I get in there for free, but we'll see. But just let me know. Just let me know in the comments if that is something that you want me to do. And here we go, a fork. Saved. Forgive the sun flares and blares that you are experiencing right now from the angle that I was at. All right, so we are heading back over here to this obelisk. Here we go. Nice little shaded area. There's not as many flies over here. As a matter of fact, there are not any at all right now. There's no telling what's going to happen when I open this food. But right now, I am going to sip this drink. Is that receipt still in there? I think it fell off. Well, yeah, it fell off. I forgot what juice this was. I said it earlier in the video, whether it's this part or the previous